All right, let me get everything logged on here. Hi, everyone. Just getting everything logged on. If you're not watching from the app, head on over there in the App Store. Just type in Mobile Manicurist and you'll find us. It's a lot clearer transmission over on the app, isn't it, you guys? Those of you that are watching from the app, you can attest to that, can't you? Let me do a little adjustment here just real fast. There we go. And let me grab some paper towel, because we're going to need that tonight. Stamping and all that kind of stuff. And I don't want to get my workspace dirty. How's your Wednesday? I have been trying to play catch up after teaching all weekend. So thanks for being here. Let's give some shout outs over on Facebook. Let's see who we got watching on Facebook. We have Crystal, Eileen, Angelica, Maria, Lynn, Rebecca, Evian, and Nancy. Thanks for being here. Let's see who we've got on our app. A bunch of y'all are over on the app. Woohoo! We have Omira, Kathy, Andrea, Carrie, Michelle, Elizabeth, Carolyn, Tammy, Cynthia, June, Karen, Laura, Tammy, Marcy, who else? Maria, Megan, Karina, Margaret, Teresa. I'm seeing all of y'all. Thank you for being here. Hola, hola, hola. This is what we're going to make tonight, you guys. Miss Tracy, won't you stop it? Won't you stop it, boo? And I'm going to show you how. Let me at least put on one glove here so I don't get stamping stuff on me. What time is it? I can't start until 7. Let's see here. 6:58. I got 2 minutes. Tell me something interesting you've done this week in the salon. What are people asking for? Are they getting neons yet? Or are they pretty much sticking with pastels and springy stuff? I know that right now is a hugely busy time for pedicures in the salon. Bright colors, okay. In California, yeah. So bright colors, these are perfect for bright colors in the salon, right? Everybody wants you to do your own thing. Well, that's good. That's really good. Hi, Becky. Thanks for being here. Hey, Brittany. If you're watching on Facebook, you can now watch straight from our app. It's 10 times clearer over at Mobile Manicurist. Just go in your app store and type in. It's 2 words, Mobile Manicurist. And that app will open right up and you can watch directly through the app. Bright pink has been popular. That's what I still have on this hand over here. Yep. So if you were watching Sunday night, our new Galaxy inks debuted Sunday night. They've been all the rage this week. Heavenly is gone. She is sold out, but she was the limited edition anyway. She wasn't in the full set. And if you subscribe to Beetlebox, which is our nail subscription box, you got this in Beetlebox, right? But we still have our 8-piece collection left, and all I got to do Sunday night was really swatch them. Here's a couple of those ones that I swatched Sunday night. Look how pretty those are. They're definitely chameleon color changing. And here's the one that I put three colors on, I believe. Yeah, I was answering so many questions Sunday night. Really, all I got done was swatching the colors. So I promised y'all I would do a few tutorials and show you how to use it in artwork. Now, we have Clear Jelly Stamper just released Land of the Fairies. And we have it, brand new stamping plate, Land of the Fairies. It's the extra large one, like this. Here's the gallery card that comes with it. Look at all of these big, beautiful fairy wings. Can y'all see that? Look, there. And all the wings are separate. You can put it on the fairy lady, but they're all separate as well. And then you turn that over, and here are some instructions for, you know, how to create fairy lady right there. What to stamp in what direction. But what I was really drawn to is this big, beautiful wing. Look at this right here. Here's the back portion of that wing, and here is the front portion. So I incorporated this with the Galaxy ink tonight, and look at this wing. She's a little bit 3D, can you see? I'm going to zoom way, way down deep in there. I think that's as close as I can go. Can you see her wings have been galaxized? We have
a new lady named Ray Andrea from Swansea.
Child, I would be glad to wear this. And look at these, look at this in here. So I'm going to show you how to do the these two. These two are done the same way, and then I'm going to show you how I did the fairy wing or the butterfly wing from here. There's all kinds of really pretty. Look at this. Here's the background of that, and then here's the foreground that you would put over it. There's all kinds of just really beautiful butterflies, fairies, foliage. Look at these wings down here, how gorgeous. You have the hardest time stamping? Well, I'm going to stamp tonight using our one-stroke gel paint. And I also wanted to show you a trick because there's only one side to this wing. That wing is supposed to sit on her little shoulder. But what if you wanted to do two butterfly wings, one turn this way and one turn this way? I'm going to show you how to get a mirror image of that tonight. Okay. So let's go ahead and prepare the alcohol ink here. Babe, could you hand me, I forgot to get my gel polish down. It's that light gray right there on the top. About the 5th or 6th over. On down, 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 that one. That's it. Thank you. I wanted to use a gray background on these. I'm going to use this. You are the stamping queen. I'm going to put down just one coat of this Karen Too Much. This is like a really pretty elephant gray. And let me pop this out of the camera face because that tends to make my, it makes it go out of focus. And let me just pull you down a little bit here. So I've got everybody in frame. One coat. And then this other one, I'm going to do white. Just solid white, nothing special. Anybody else, do you struggle stamping? Maybe you can tell us what you struggle with. Is it like getting the image from the plate or getting it to transfer to the nail? What exactly is the stamping issue so we can help? Okay, and one white nail. I'm going to pop all of those in the lamp. Yes, we don't advertise it as being stain resistant because I checked with our manufacturer and they said no, it was not stain resistant. But if you're saying it repels stains, good. That's a good one. Good on it, honey. All right, we need a little sponge. The colors of one stroke gel I'm going to use tonight are these ones. Black, white, and cobalt blue.
Says yes, she has problems with gel that comes out smeared.
Okay. The ink I'm going to use tonight is Ursula, Comet, and Luminary. Now I'm going to combine all three of those with, let me grab one more, this one. This is from our solid ink core collection. This is a highly pigmented, what would you say? Oh, like a royal blue. And then I'm going to put some black. So these two are solids, black and blue, and then Luminary, Ursula, and Comet. That's what we got on target for tonight. First and foremost, I've already cured that. We don't need this white one right now. So I'm going to pop it up here out of the way. We're going to take a little sponge, obviously, and we're going to put a little tiny bit of this white one stroke gel on here. This is highly pigmented paint that we do one stroke with, but she also stamps. I want you to look how little bit of paint I have on there. And I'm just going to do a little ombre here right underneath because these two are going to be my these alcohol ones on the side right here. So we're just going to sponge that on lightly on both. Let me zoom in just a little bit here.
Carrie says she cannot even get the stamp on my stamper and I move as fast as I can.
Okay. All right. Well, I will help you fix that tonight. There's a simple trick that will help you pick that up. Okay, so we have two of those. See there? Look, I didn't even try and blend that. I could take a little more patience and blend it if I want to, honey. All I want is to create a little bit of lighter atmosphere at the top of these two nails because I'm going to have ink over both of them. Let's go ahead and cure that. Now, I call this blue a controlled substance. Do you see how dominant she is? This blue is highly pigmented. All of our inks are highly pigmented. She is especially highly pigmented. Therefore, you want to make sure that you don't saturate the entire nail with it. So I'm going to put down some matte top coat now. And we're going to start this really pretty background. I'm going to matte both of these because typically we're going to alcohol ink over a matte surface. There are rules for when we don't, but for today we are. Everybody with me? I'm using a no white matte. This is our Velvet Touch matte top gel. It feels like velvet. In we go. Now, in addition to the inks I'm using, I'm going to use this Inky Pinky polish, and that's going to help set all of my ink into place. Any questions on the inks so far? Yes, no bundle tonight. Everybody's wanting to know about the bundle. Because I am explaining the bundle we had Sunday night, I didn't list another bundle, okay? I did list the new stamping plate, though, that we just got in. And we only have 20. I think we'll have 20 of these.
But they can still get Sunday night's bundle.
You can still get Sunday night's bundle. You sure can. And you get the free Inky Pinky polish with that. You sure can. Sunday night's bundle was the full set of Galaxy inks. And that is on sale still. We left that up for y'all. Okay, here we go, GGO. I'm going to spray a little alcohol on these and just kind of prime that surface. This is a no-wipe mat, but I do prefer to just wipe it down a little. You need the Inky Pinky polish. You can use it with any alcohol ink, Pamela. What it's going to do is it's going to help dry your ink faster, and it grabs the ink, kind of slurps it to the nail. So whether it has pigments in the ink or whether it doesn't have loose pigment, either way, it helps your top coat not to pull that ink off of there when you start top coating. It's particularly prominent when you use a matte top coat over ink. It wants to streak the inks. Do you know what I'm talking about? Now, not if you let it dry long enough, but sometimes, you know, we in a little hurry, or sometimes we think it's dry and it didn't. So it helps with that. Okay, let's take our blue first of all, right here. Now, because I want this blue to dry a little bit slower, I'm going to take 90% alcohol and I'm going to spray. And then I'm going to drop my blue in where I've sprayed. And this gives me just a few minutes to kind of move this around a little bit. Sort of manipulate it. So here's where I kind of want her to be. About right there. And then I'm going to take my black and put it kind of in the same area. And just let that dry completely. Let's spray this one. 90% alcohol. I think mine's actually 99. And we're going to drop in some blue. I'm going to move that blue around ever so slightly. And now I'm going to drop on some black. And I'm going to turn my little fan on. I've got her ready to go. You can probably hear that. Let's just let those dry just for a second. Your client's watching too? Okay, cool. Be sure you always put your tops back on your inks. And we don't want to move that around until she gets 100% dry. I'm using a little fan at my station that charges like your cell phone does. It charges with a USB port on it. It does, doesn't it? It looks like camo. Now this one has already dried. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take pure acetone and I'm just going to shove these all together. I kind of want to concentrate it up in the middle of there. So I'm pushing down towards the middle. And let's, a little bit right there. Now you tweak this as you go. If you got more black than you got blue, if you want a little bit more blue, then this is the point that you would add it. And I was going to add some more blue, but I'd kind of like to add a little touch of aqua. Y'all okay if I do that? I didn't put it in the first sample, and I kept feeling like I wanted some aqua spaced throughout that. So a little bit of aqua here and a little bit there. We'll let that dry before we start to move that around. Yeah, I got a thumbs up. Okay, whether you was all right with it or not, honey, I was going to do it. Asking permission like I'm the boss. Again, you can't really mess this up underneath here, because what I'm doing is just sort of letting these colors get married and talk to each other. Hang out. These colors are in our core collection. If you don't have any of our alcohol inks, you should really consider trying them. Start with like a black, a red, and maybe a blue.
What's the name of the collection, Sunday?
It's the Galaxy ink. Sunday, if you're looking for Sunday Night's Bundle, all you got to do is type in the search box Galaxy ink, and it'll come up under the full set. The sale price is still there. All right, let's add a little bit of aqua into this one. Maybe just a touch here and a little bit right there. I'm going to go ahead and turn my fan off. And now let's just disperse out this aqua. Oh yeah, look how pretty. Did you see her singing, honey? She needed aqua. Let's soften that down a little. All right. And let's do this one. All right, that's it. Now we got to make sure that's nice and dry, because we're going to top coat this. But we're going to matte top coat it, because to this we're going to add Comet, our newest selection of alcohol inks. Now look, you don't think that's going to go together, do you? I can promise you it will. I promise. So let's grab a matte top coat. Why do we need to top coat these before we put Galaxy ink down? Is because when we start moving the Galaxy ink, we will move this ink around too, and it'll all mishmash together. And child, it'll be straight up ugly. So let's seal in this particular layer, right? Go seal this one up with its own matte top coat. And I've picked up little sparkles somewhere. Y'all see that in there? That's free tonight. Those are free. It's hard to tell because I've had a bajillion irons in the fire today. And my phone has blown up with messages. So if I haven't gotten back to you, I apologize. I apologize. It's always tough when you come out of a few days of teaching to get caught back up on messages.
Destiny says she's doing my nails, and watching you do these demonstrations makes me want to change.
Oh, Lord, honey. You know what that's like, Destiny? They said the pastor of the church could never listen to the singing, because when he listened to the singing, he always felt like he needed to change his sermon. So if you're watching, if you're doing your nails and watching, don't listen to the singing, honey. You'll be wanting to change those nails. No, boo. If you're just joining, this is what we're doing. Yes, Lord. Isn't that the most beautiful fairy wing you've ever seen in your life? Right here. It makes me want to wear that. Destiny. You need this plate, boo. You could put this on your, well, not tonight. You couldn't, but you know what I'm saying. You could do all your backgrounds, and then when your plate get there, you could put that on. All right, matte top coat. They look pretty ugly right now, right? We take our Inky Pinky Polish. Inky Pinky Polish is a fixative, additional fixative. All of our inks have a fixative in them. It's like hairspray. It keeps them stay put. But matte top coat, especially different brands of matte top coat, tends to pull off different brands of alcohol ink. So we just decided on this one because these pigments are so fine. Let's have some extra fixative made. And this is going to do two things. It's going to keep your pigments in place, and it's going to help it dry faster. Okay. Now we're going to shake up Comet. Make sure you get all that goodness off the bottom of that bottle. And when I put this one on, you guys, I just slop it all over just like that. I don't even, there's no rhyme or reason to how I put that on. Look at those pigments dancing. They're the dancing queen. Okay, now let's put it on the other one. Let me shake up my ink a little bit more. And again, we want to let this fully dry before we touch this. These inks change color depending on what you put them over. Typically, this one is rose gold, a little gold, a little bronze. You see the color of the label? This is almost identical to how it is over black. But look what happened when we put it over blue. She just went cray-cray. All right, let's take our alcohol ink brush. Let me see if she's dry. Yes. And we're going to work from the outsides in, and we're just going to push this ink in. Push, 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 push. And you want, do you see how it's leaving these little shimmery sparklies? You want that. Some of y'all were asking me Sunday night, Miss Tracy, what does this do over pastel? And I had to say, I don't know, because I hadn't used it over pastel. But now we have a partial pastel background. Look at this. It's just beautiful.
Several people sharing your link today.
Thank you for sharing the link, you guys. The link to what? The full set?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for doing that. Honey, isn't this beautiful? And you can soften where you need to soften. If you take off too much, just add a little bit more on. But I'm going to stop right there because I kind of like the look of that.
Destiny said she forgot to update you. She got her nail tech license.
Destiny! Oh my goodness! Shout out to Destiny, who is a new nail graduate. Honey, she has been watching me long before she was in nail school, haven't you, boo? I remember talking to you on the phone when you were first thinking about going to nail school. What did I say? Do it. Didn't I tell you that? You said, Miss Tracy, I don't know if I can. I said, yes, you can. You can do it, boo. Okay. Now, do you see how my galaxy, that's really not a vein, but that doesn't match the one I laid under it, does it? Look how pretty that is. Oh, honey. And these two nails are done. We just have to make sure they're nice and dry before we top coat it, because if we top coat this too soon, we're going to pull all of that nice, soft, shimmery ink off of there. Let's use our Ladybug Luster Wet Look Top Coat. My nail is trying to come off of the stand, and here we go. Here we go, boo-boo. Well, this one may not have any top coat in it. Let me see. Yeah, there's a little. Can you believe? Look, I can't even believe it. These 8 inks, there are so many color combinations possible with this because it looks different over everything we put it over. Child, this is screaming the oceans. I want you to look. We've got some rose gold reflecting down here. Let's get this thing in the lamp and we will top coat her sister. Now, a couple of you have asked about Ladybug Luster because you put it over black polish and you go out in the sun and your black looks a little navy. Did you know this has a UV protectant in it? One of the prime complaints I get with alcohol inks is people who don't use this top coat. They're like, Miss Tracy, my top coat made my inks fade. It's like a sunscreen. This has a sunscreen in it to protect these nails from fading, to protect your pastels from fading, to protect, lots of different colors from fading out. So that's why certain blacks, not every black, but certain black that you would put this over, if you go outside, it'll look a little bit navy. It's because it's got that sunblock in it. Not sunblock like sunscreen, but y'all know what I'm saying, right? I'm paraphrasing there. It's got that UV blocker in it. And we definitely want to use a UV blocker over alcohol inks because the last thing we want to do is spend all this time and money on this design and 3 or 4 days later, they're about 10 shades lighter in color.
Jean says it reminds me of a pretty shell.
Yes, Pamela, that's a good point. You can see it has that little violet tint inside of the UV lamp, can't you? That's exactly why. It's because it's got that UV blocker. People that use tanning beds, you should be using this top coat on them, and their nails won't change color inside the tanning bed. So we can't have it both ways. We can't have wet look and stain resistant and all these different things that top coats do. You can't have a one size fits all, but we can get you close. We can get you close.
Lori asked, which galaxy color did you use?
I used Comet. Is the galaxy color I used. Now, when I put this one over my black gaudy, I don't notice that it gets that it turns blue. So it does depend. That's a good question, Michelle. It does depend on the black you've used under it as well. It's not going to do it on all of them. Oh, my bottle's leaky. All right, those are in the lamp. Let's give those just a second, and then I'm going to let you see what they look like here. Here is our sample that we're working from. I'm in love with these inks. I'm in love with ink, period. If I haven't told you, I am testing neon inks right now. In case you don't know, our products go through major testing and wear to see how good they stay on, to see if their color fades, blah, 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 months ahead of time, okay? And every product we have is professionally made. That means we ain't mixing nothing up in our kitchen, honey. All right, just today, look, just today, I didn't think we could do this, but Hillary found a way around it. We were able to upload every single MSDS sheet to our website. So now if you need your safety data sheet, you can go right over there and grab those, download it, put it in your notebook where you're supposed to be keeping it. And what is a safety data sheet, Miss Tracy? It lists all the ingredients on there. So if you were to be allergic to something and you know what you're allergic to, you can look at those ingredients and see if it's in there. We are required by law in the United States to provide you with that information. Okay. So if you're buying a product or from a company that cannot supply you with that, you probably shouldn't be buying it. Look here. Oh, they're on the website today, Maria. We were so excited to get those up. Oh, boo! All right, somebody tell me real quick what other colors you would try this with. I know right now I want to do it with pink and purple, but it has to be the right shades of pink and purple. So I would need to sit down and work that out. But I would love to see this done in some other color combinations, especially for fall. My mind is already in fall because today I ordered all of our fall gel polishes and some of our other things we're releasing for fall. So I'm working way ahead into the next season. Yellow and green, greens and yellows, teal. Oh yeah, you wouldn't even have to do anything else to this, would you, Sarah? While y'all are staring at that, let me go ahead and remember this when we put the white on? Let's put a matte top coat on her. I'm going to do a little itty bitty teeny weeny tiny bit of background work on her and then just lay some simple ink down. Behind this fairy wing, if we get too much going on, it's really going to look gaudy, honey. It's going to look gaudy. And we don't want it to look that way. We want it to look classy. And I have got top coat halfway up my arm. I did. Kimberly's asking, did we get the Gaudy Spring Collection? We sure did. I have them sitting right here on my desk. Gaudy just released, especially if you were in the Gaudy Club and you got all of the colors. Gaudy just released 15 brand spanking new colors, 15 colors, and we have all of them. They're on the website. We just got them on today. If you want a sneaky peek, maybe at the end if I have time I can show you, or if you don't want to fool with putting it in and you've got all the Gaudy colors, you just message me and say, hey, Miss Tracy, I want to add that to my Gaudy collection. We'll fix it up and send it out to you. You don't even have to worry about putting it in your cart, especially if you don't know which ones it is. But it starts with number 105 and goes to number 1, whatever 15 gel polishes are from there. All right, here we go. We're going to put a little bit of aqua in the background of this one. Let's kind of clean her off a bit. So it starts with number 105 and goes to number 120. We have all of them. Please add you a collection. Would you write that down, Keith? Oh my gosh, Megan, they're beautiful. Kimberly Nobles wants the full Gaudy set because Kim's got everything Gaudy. So she don't want to break her set and not grab these. Okay, this is a little bit of aqua. And that's all I'm going to put on her. Oh, you wish I was going to be there, Cindy. Hey, Tiffany will be there with my product, Tiffany Cardoza. Maybe one day I'll get back out there again. I would love to see you. Hug your neck. Spend a little time with you, boo. Y'all see how subtle I'm doing this one? Tiffany has our new top coats. They're being released Mother's Day weekend, and she does have those she's bringing to the Oregon show. In case you didn't see the preview on our new top gels, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm using alcohol ink brush, Sarah. It holds the perfect amount of fluid for alcohol ink. Now what we're going to do is take another sponge. We're going to go into this cobalt blue here. This is our one-stroke painting gel. And I'm just going to pop a little bit down on my sponge. Where can you view the new top coats? They haven't been released yet, Kara. They don't release till Mother's Day weekend, love. I did show a preview last week of them, but my preview nail pops are down in the classroom. I will try and show those again for you guys. I'll give you a sneaky peek again this Sunday. How's that? We were waiting. We have had some new outer packaging made for our gel polishes, and it came in today. We were trying to, would you reach me one of those new boxes right there, love? We were trying to just kind of hold our breath and see when that was getting here. We didn't really know because, you know, trying to figure out shipping these days has been a little bit of a challenge. Thank you. You see how I shaded that a bit? And now I'm going to take that same sponge and go into the black. Oh, I would love to see Sabrina. I would love to. When I come, look, my husband's never been to Oregon. I've been 2 or 3 times. You haven't? So he's been wanting to come too. When Tiffany Cordoza opens her new warehouse, I'm flying out to be a guest for her. I don't know if Tiffany's watching, and I hope I'm not speaking too forward, but we have talked about it. So I'm going to fly out, and I don't know what we're going to do, but maybe we could visit Cindy.
Gail said, how would you do the sponging technique on a real nail?
Put you some eyelash tabs around your finger. Eyelash double-sided sticky tape, honey. It's the best thing in the world. It's Amazon.com. You just cut you a piece here, here, and here, and you can shade all the way around that finger. And the gel never touched the skin. You can use liquid latex too, but it takes a bajillion years to dry. And we got time for that, honey. No, we don't. Let me show y'all. Y'all not ready for this. While that's in the lamp. Oh, I told you wasn't ready for it. You still wasn't ready for it, boo. This is what we've been waiting on. Look, I know most of y'all go throw these away. These cost us a fortune to throw away. We did these for a couple of reasons. You know, when I owned a salon, it was nothing for clients to come in and open things and just help themselves. It just used to frustrate me to no end because they just felt like they could go all through my stuff. So for a couple reasons, we had an outer holographic box made for all of our gel polishes. Number one, in case that happens to you, you can put your color swatch. Look, we left room on purpose right here. And this holds, hold on. These little things that I like to swatch on, it holds that perfectly. Right there. Oh, I lost my lamp. I must have pulled her unplugged. So you can swatch and put that right on your box if you want to keep your box. If you don't want to keep your box, that's all right too. But this will prevent when we have people in our building, this will prevent them from opening the gel polish that's inside also. Isn't that pretty? Just tap the thing right here, babe. See if it'll come back on. So yeah, that's what we've been waiting on to release our top coats. All right, this nail is done. And let's put down a matte top coat. We're going to seal. No, we're not. Not yet. We're not. We're going to stamp next. Sorry. Now, just unplug it right here, babe. Right there. Just unplug the little. No, on this one. Just go down, unplug the connector, and plug the connector right back in.
Is it on now?
No, you have to turn it on. You have to touch the little button. Sorry, we got a light that's malfunctioned, y'all. Right there. Well, I guess she's not coming back on. Okay, we'll make it without her. Can y'all see okay? There we go. How do I feel about you sending them back? I wouldn't be able to use them anyway, love. We can't even take a refund or an exchange on a cosmetic grade product because it is cosmetic grade. So we just have to throw them away, and you would waste your postage. Right? Okay. Here's our new plate. I'm going to grab these wings right here. Let me spray this with a tad bit of alcohol just to get rid of that acetone residue. All right, here we go. Stamping. If you have trouble stamping, if you cannot pick your image up off the stamping plate, listen up. Raise your hand if that's you, because I'm getting ready to show you a trick here. Raise your hand if you cannot get the image off of the stamping plate itself. Or give me a heart, or give me a thumbs up, or give me something to let me know that that's you. I see several thumbs up, I see several hearts. If you are struggling, the first thing I want you to do when you get a stamper, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, you guys, so that I'm going to try. I have a glove on, so she's not cooperating. Okay, we're not going to zoom out. When you open up your stamper, you see how slippery she is? That's because she's silicone. It's not oily. It has an oily feel to it, but there's no oil on it. I want you to go down to the Dollar General store and buy you some generic Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Don't get you can get the brand name, but this one I think works even better. So you take a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, and you are going to prime your stamper head. We're going to work from the middle out towards the edge. Okay, middle, and you're just lightly going to buff. Work from the middle out. Don't tug on it too hard because you'll rip your stamper. Do you see what's happening right there? You see how it's taking the shine off of it? Now, I can still see through it to stamp. I can see fine through the bottom. But what I'm doing is priming that stamper. I've seen people say, oh, you got to buff your stamper. No, child, don't you buff your stamper. So, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Gently, gently, gently. You see, it's really shiny over here, but not shiny right there. This works every single time. Like singing the Hallelujah chorus the first time you pick up an image. All right, and she's done. Now, typically what I like to do, because I may have picked up some fuzzies or kind of something like that along the way too. Once I've got my stamper primed, I'm going to take it inside my little stamp clean pad and just do it just like that. Don't ever clean this on anything except your cleanup pad, because this puts the stickiness back in your stamper. So what you've done is taken a clear, perfectly clear stamper and you've turned it a little cloudy, but you can see, you see underneath, see how, let me go with this one. See how clear you can see my nail? Because we didn't go through the layers of that. We only fogged up the surface a little. That will solve your issue of not being able to pick anything up. Now when you're stamping with gel, like I'm going to stamp today, you don't have to be in a hurry because stamping polish will dry out on you really, really quickly. We have a fix for that too, but I'm not doing stamping polish today. So let me stay on task with the gel. I've got 2 stampers here. Okay, if I want to stamp the one wing, the only way I can stamp her is this way. Look. There's that wing that I've stamped. This is the background. This is the foreground. That's a left wing. Is everybody following me how that's a left wing? She goes to the left. What if we wanted to do 2 of these nails and we wanted a right wing to go this way? We don't have a right wing on the plate anywhere. We got this right wing, but she doesn't match this right wing. I'm going to show you how to stamp a right wing. Upside down wouldn't do it either. Because it's asymmetrical. You see, this bottom of her wing is a lot longer than this top narrow portion. So in order to get a right wing, here's what we're going to do. I got my scraper. I tend to scrape which hand I am. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to scrape to the right. I also want to grab a tiny brush, and I'm going to go into my black one-stroke gel. It takes such a tiny amount of this paint. This paint cures between 60 and 90 seconds in your lamp. So you get just a little bit of that.
I'm so beyond glad you're going to show us this. I wanted to...
Girl, look, if y'all don't buy this plate tonight, you are going to be sorry because this is going to make one beautiful, I know it's a fairy wing, but to me it looks like an intricate butterfly wing. All right, so we're going to scrape to the right. If you're right-handed, you scrape to the right. Okay, and we pick her up. And there is our one wing that's going to stamp that way. But if we need her to be a right wing, as soon as we pick that up, we're going to stamp her on our other stamper to get the other wing. Let me turn this upside down so you can see it now. The only difference is you're going to have to color in one of them just a tiny bit. There's the left wing. There's the right wing. Miss Tracy, won't you stop it? Right wing, left wing. Where's the shock emoji? Now look, you can clean this up on the stamper before you transfer it by using your card a little bit here. Or you can transfer it and clean it up around the nail later if you want to. It all depends on you because this is gel and it won't dry up on here. All right, but if you're going to clean this, do not put acetone or alcohol on your stamper, period. Because this sticky stamper pad is sticky enough, it'll pull it right off of there. Look, you got to do it a couple times. And I can go back over here and still pick up another image off of there. It depends on how pigmented you want it. And now we got little right wing sitting on here. Let's clean her off. See, there she is. There's right wing and left wing. So simple. Who would have thought it, right? So I don't ever have any trouble transferring when I use this one-stroke paint to stamp with. Also, I don't have to clean that out of there because that's going to stay wet in there. You know, this paint has to be cured, right? So no matter how many fairy wings I need, I can just load a little bit of this paint back into my image. I don't have to keep wasting wipes and going back in there and trying to clean that up. Are y'all seeing how little bit I'm using? Now let's scrape that again and go ahead and get this transferred on our nail. I'm only going to do one wing tonight, but if I were going to do a left and a right, that's how I would do it.
He says it doesn't smudge.
What doesn't smudge?
I guess when you transfer it over to the other.
No, it doesn't smudge when you're transferring. All right, so now we're going to pick this one up. I'm going to go onto my nail here. I want her stamped in this direction. Now you can leave those little stars around there if you want to, but I don't want it on mine. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a cleanup brush and just swipe it right off of there. Remember, this is uncured gel. It takes very little effort to get it off of there. If you got any cleanup to do anywhere, do it before you cure it. Or clean it off on your stamper before you stamp it. Either way. And I got a little bit right there that didn't transfer. I have enough on my brush. I don't want to paint this in with one stroke gel paint, which is what I stamped it with, because it may not cure all the way through, but I have such a tiny amount on my brush, I can go ahead and grab that. Now we're going to cure it. You're welcome, Jamie. I'm happy to do it. You know, because oftentimes we don't get the mirror image on there, right? Let's go ahead and clean our brush out while that's in the lamp. And we'll clean off our stamper, because we got to set this up for the next little round we're going to do here. Probably, if you did it the right way. I can see where you're going with that. If you turned it up this way, it would make a beautiful mermaid tail. Girl, won't you stop it? Let me just set this to the side real quick. I'm using a hotel card here to scrape with. It's one of my favorite things to scrape with, actually. Now that's all cured. Now what we're going to do is seal up this whole thing in a matte top coat and get this prepped for the Galaxy inks to go on it. The Galaxy inks are only going over the fairy wing. And remember, they have to go over matte. And we got to put down a little bit of inky pinky polish before we put the Galaxy ink on. All right, in we go. Actually, people save these for me, Michelle. Nancy Pickrell, if she's watching, I believe one time when Nancy come for a class, she had me a whole stack of cards. If I'm not mistaken, it was Nancy. Did she just come on? It might not have been Nancy. If it was you, Nancy, thank you. It might have been somebody else, and it all runs together after a little while. Now, let's pull in the alcohol inks we're going to use. We're going to use Ursula. We're going to use Comet. And we're going to use Luminary. All three of these. They all look the same in the bottle. They are not the same. No, 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 no. Let's grab Inky Pinky Polish. Now you don't have to put this all over, because really the only place we need is that fairy wing. So you can just kind of do this right here.
Sarah, are you planning on having any business classes anytime this year?
I have 2 or 3 business classes on the website right now, Sarah. My business classes, unfortunately, are the last to fill up, and that kind of makes me sad because if people would just get in one of my business classes, a couple of things I'm teaching is how to make 6 figures using 10 fingers. That's one of my business classes in October. Excuse me. I have a business building marketing class in August. I have another educators event coming up sometime this year. Wasn't going to schedule it, but people's hollering for it. So we have several business classes already on the website. We're going to take Ursula and we're going to tap, 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 tap right here in the heart of that little wing. You see Ursula's purple?
And she said, if you haven't taken the business class, you need to. Best thing I've ever did for my business.
Yep. Look, I know glitter is pretty. I know it is. I love me some glitter, honey. But if we don't have people to put it on, we don't need to be buying more glitter. We need to be investing in our business so that our business can provide a retirement for us. Now we're going to go into Comet. And I'm going to layer a little bit of Comet over that purple, just a bit. Watch, let it kind of layer. Are y'all seeing her dancing there? Look, look. I'm kind of drying that just a little bit too. And we can adjust as we go. Like I can already see I'm going to want more purple towards the middle of that. I don't ever want anybody to say, oh, I messed that up. I need more purple. We don't mess up anything. We correct and adjust as we go. All right. So just a tiny bit more of that. Now while that's drying, let's go into luminary because we're going to put luminary on the tips of those wings. This is going to be so pretty, y'all. It's like the icing on the cake. So there we go, right on the tips of the wings. Let's let that overlap slightly right in this area. Trust the process. I know she looked plumb ugly right now, honey. She has put the ugh in ugly. But she's getting ready to be a beautiful butterfly. Just trust the process. All right, let's grab Ursula one more time. And we're going to pop this right down in the middle right here. Right there. Miss Tracy, won't you stop it? Now, all you're going to do is clean up anything that went outside that black line, if anything. You are not going to put any fluid on that butterfly at all because we're going to stamp right over top it. So I'm just going to go around and clean up anything that might have ran outside the line. Do you see that color gradient? Isn't that pretty? And while she dries, let's set her right over here. Bring our stamping plate right back in. Because this is what we just put on right there. Her neighbor is the top portion right here. You could stamp that in anything you want. You could do gold metallic. You could do whatever. But I'm going to do white because that's easier for y'all to see on camera. I'm going into the Velvet Touch One Stroke Paint. This is gel, even though it says paint. It is gel because if you turn it over, it tells you how to cure it on the back. And don't forget, we are so excited because all of our MSDS sheets, we were able to house those on our website today. So you no longer have to email us to get your MSDS sheets. They're ready to go. All of our products are professionally made. Nothing stirred up in our kitchen, honey. Right? We can provide you safety data sheets on every single one of our Team Ladybug products. Now, we don't need much of that because you see how finely that little plate is etched? Child, don't waste your paint. Just a little itty bitty bit. And give her a nice scrapesy. With this gel, you can be very aggressive when you scrape it off of there. And now we're going to pick her up. Oh, look. I don't even have to remove any of that other stuff because the nail is so narrow. Now we're just going to line it up. Oh, you know what? I didn't top coat her. I didn't have to. I almost messed it up. But she was nice and dry. Look how pretty. Now, anything that might have stamped out around here, just take your cleanup brush. Remember, that's wet gel. Just swipe it off of there. Because everything else in the background is protected. We sealed all of that up in a matte top coat. Now let's cure that, and then we're going to seal it up and shine up the butterfly. And she's done. But you know, that's never a simple process. She's not going to be as simple as it looks. Look, we already stamped her once. Do you see how pigmented this gel is? We could stamp that again. And if you want to create a reverse image with that stamp, you have your second stamper here. And you stamp that onto your other stamper, which we needed a little bit more paint. So we can already see we can't stamp it twice. But when you stamp it again, it creates the reverse side to that image. So get a fresh ink up on it before you transfer it. Now I want the background of this nail to stay matte. I want the butterfly to be shiny. So I'm going to put some Team Ladybug Wet Look Top Coat right here. Little bit. And now that same brush that I was using to put my gel paint onto the stamper, I'm going to use that brush and I'm going to apply that shiny top coat right over top. Make sure your brush is very, very clean. If you have any residue of paint in there, it's going to turn this cloudy. And all this pretty work underneath here that we just did on these Galaxy inks are going to get cloudy. Can y'all see that? Child, won't you stop it? Look, 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 look. It's beautiful. You just have little bits and pieces of those Galaxy inks peeking through there. It's so pretty. And now we can cure it. If you want to build up those butterfly wings a little bit, you can see over here, I went back with some top coat several times. See there? See how some are up higher than others? You got one right here. You got one right here. See right in there? You just keep swiping that top coat over top and curing and over top and curing. Susan, this is a 9mm brush. So the way I would make that happen is I get a little bit of that top coat and I come right up into here and I make one little streak and then I cure that. I got to get it in the lamp real fast. I only freeze it for a few seconds because it's crystal clear. Then I take some more and I go right back over top of that same area and I freeze it really fast. See what's happening? Then I'm going to do it one more time. Typically I do about 3 little strokes in 3 different places on my butterfly wings. Oh yes, honey. And you have to get her in the lamp quickly because top coat is more oozy than what like a builder gel would be. So it's going to fall down real fast. So now I'm going to do one about right here. Let me get a little bit more. And I'll cure that. I'll get it back out in just a second, let y'all look. Again, I'm just freezing it. And right up here. In we go. Isn't it beautiful? Let me see if I can take this one off here. Look, if you have somebody that likes to wear 3D and they just can't keep nothing on, every time you put crystals on them, they knock it off. This is perfect because they get the 3D effect, but they don't have anything quote unquote glued to the nail. So we're doing the same thing on that one. Let's see, this one gets one more right here.
Kimberly says it looks like jewelry.
It does look like jewelry, but you see what's happening there. And then I would probably do one in that area. So all in all, these were the, I call it background nails. I don't know what you want to call it, that we did earlier. Here's 2 more. And that was done with blue ink, black ink, and Comet ink. Then our designer accent nail was done with aqua ink, some blue and black 1-stroke gel. We sponged that around the edges. We stamped Land of the Fairies, which is a brand new stamping plate. Then on her wings, look at that. Oh, so pretty. On her wings, we have Comet, we have Luminary, Comet, and Ursula. And then our top coat. And that's how we came up with tonight's little nail recipe. Child, I can give you nail recipes all day long. Do not ask me to give you no recipe in the kitchen. No. So, those of you that have your Galaxy inks on the way, I shared another really pretty picture yesterday. I gave the nails away to one of my ladies that was here for the educators event. She took them home with her. But I will replicate those again so it can show online what they are. So, yeah, just trying to give you some ideas to use that. Also, Mother's Day weekend, these little ladies will debut. Oh, look what she says, boo. This is the Hollywood Collection Wet Look Top Gel. There are 6 top gels in this collection. And I'll show you what one of them looks like. They're the perfect companion for these Galaxy inks. I wanted to use these so bad tonight. I'm like, no, girl, you got to wait. You will make somebody jealous if you use these tonight, right? But it was almost a perfect match for what I was doing. Look, look. So we have these that will debut Mother's Day. So look, if your significant other has not bought you anything and them kids ain't got you nothing yet neither, honey, you need all 6 of these for Mother's Day. Come in our beautiful little gift boxes. Y'all have a great night. If you have questions about Galaxy inks, we hope we've answered them. If not, feel free to message our business page, and one of our staff here will be happy to help you out and try to get you some answers. If you're waiting on me to comment on photos or work or whatever the case might be, just give me just a little breather here. I have come through a long teaching phase, and today, Keith can attest, there was not hardly 5 minutes I had to myself today for just things happening. We got about probably 40 cases of product dropped while I was either teaching or gone to class. So it's been a madhouse. It has been a madhouse here. But I promise I will get caught up, okay? Thank y'all so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.